All right, it's time for Blighttown. Now, you may notice I'm already at the first Blighttown bonfire. Why is that? Well, because I had a technical mishap, and the first 5 minutes of my Blighttown playthrough did not record properly. I had to delete it. And so basically, I'm going to introduce Blighttown, and then we're going to cut to my Blighttown playthrough in action. It will be from the beginning, but we'll lose out on about the first 5 minutes, which consisted of me dying twice to the big giant dudes that guard the entrance to Blighttown. Both times they knocked me off into the chasm below, and I died. So, we'll pick up with me in progress, trying to get past the big dudes that guard Blighttown. All right, we're back. I suppose if I'm going to die a lot, I need to be not if I'm going to die a lot, I need to be not recording myself running back and forth every single time. Dung pie. I had a plan, but it didn't work. My plan was to, there it is, Blighttown. Whoa. My plan, which didn't work, was going to be just summon somebody. But now I know why I remember now that in this game, you can't just pop a humanity. You can't just pop a humanity and be human. You have to do it at the bonfire. And I realized that I didn't do that. All right, now this part might be boring. This part might be really boring, and I might need to edit some out, depending on how bad it is. Because usually it takes me a fair amount of time to work my way through all these guys. Just because I do it real slow. I'm not going to go down there either. I'm not going to go down that ladder. I don't think there's anything important down there. I don't think there's anything too important down that ladder. will bum rush that guy. See, all that endurance has paid off. I'm able to just swipe like a maniac. All right, I killed that guy. I killed that dude. Which... in my mind, that means I'm practically the bonfire. I'll kill you. Oh, here's the frame rate. I remember that being an issue in this game. So one thing I noticed is that these guys don't seem to have a lot of poise. They don't seem to have a lot of poise. So if I can just beat them to the punch, seems like I can basically beat the crap out of them until they're dead. Look at this bonfire. Well, there you go. I just remember getting to this point, just getting through everything that I've just been through was the biggest ordeal the first time through. It was such a big ordeal. In fact, that's probably the hardest part of Blighttown, what I just gone through. Maybe not, but people are like, oh, it's so horrible. It wasn't really that bad. You just gotta know what you're doing. Which, of course, nobody does know that in the beginning. All right, awesome. So, looks like the Drake Sword's doing me fine. I made it through Blighttown, half of it. I'll have to figure out what to do for the second half. One thing I was considering doing, and I'm not sure how I feel about this yet. I don't know if this would just be like ridiculous cheating or if this is a legitimate play. But I'm thinking about going and killing Pinwheel and getting the 20 Estus, like before I even fight Qualag or anyone else. Now, usually I don't go fight Pinwheel until after Anne Orlando. But you don't have to do that. Maybe I'm strong enough right now to kill Pinwheel. He's supposedly really easy, and I can just hop and skip my way through the catacombs. I know there's that way you can get to Pinwheel if you just like make a couple drops in a couple different directions. This is something I'm thinking about doing. I don't know if I'm going to do it. Anyway, I'm pleased with this progress here, and we'll be back to finish. All right, so it's time to get going, moving through Blighttown. I see a bunch of shinies all over the place. I'm not going to grab any of them. I just don't think I need any of that stuff. The only real thing that I want to get while I'm here is the first Great Shield I know is down here. I'm going to see if I like using that shield. You know, since I'm committed to being over encumbered and medium rolling, I might actually be able to hold that shield. And it might be interesting to see whether or not it's helpful. Now, I think the dogs, can I get the dogs to suicide by walking over here most of the time? I think so. What if I shoot them with an arrow? So I wanted to say a few things, too, about this game, or about Blighttown. There you go. Anyone else? I was talking about how, oh, look, I can shoot that guy. I can shoot a lot of guys from here. You think I can shoot the Dart Man? I don't see him. Isn't he up there, though? Isn't he, like, right there? He's, like, right at the top of the ladder, isn't he? could shoot that guy down there. I wonder if that would cause him to suicide somehow. Well, that's fine. We'll just deal with him as we get to him. Yeah, I want to try the Great Shield and see how that works. See how that works. The other thing I'd say, oh yeah, I was going to say, regarding Blighttown. When I played through here the first time, I was actually allowing myself to read a significant amount of spoilers on the internet. Like, for every new area, I was basically... For every new area, I was basically going online and reading, like, a game facts or something about it, you know, leading into playing it. And honestly, I don't know why I did that now. I mean, I kind of regret doing that. Because obviously, for some areas like Blighttown, it did have a pretty negative effect. Like, what I mean is, I knew, for example, about the dart guys. I knew that they were there. And I knew that they spit toxin at you. And I knew that it was, like, considered one of the hardest parts about this area. And looking back on that now, like, especially that first area in Blighttown, the part I just got through, I think that would have been so much harder if I had just had no idea what was going on. Oh, look. Oh, my God. Well, hold on. I'm still getting shot? Do I have one? I know I have one. There we go. Whew. Okay. All right. I've got those equipped now. Whoa. All right. Get out of here. Get out of here. I think that would have been so much harder if I had just had no idea about the toxic darts. I would have just been like, what is going on? You know, I would have been just being attacked randomly from seemingly random spots. I've just been like, what? So I do think that made a significant difference, me having that part of the game spoiled. And I do kind of, no! I do kind of wish that hadn't happened. Toxic again? I only got hit once. That was a cat. That was a cat. My cat just caused me to fall off, and I almost crashed and burned. All right. Anyway. So yeah, I mean, I didn't really get to experience the true Blighttown. The Blighttown where you have no idea why you're getting toxic. And I think that would have made a big difference. All right, so I like my Grass Crest shield, but let's just see what the difference would be if I put on this new Eagle shield. Same physical, 95%. Greater damage to everything except fire, and it looks like a lot better stability at 70. So let's try it. It won't cause me to, still rolling the same. And I think all the added stability basically means that I think the added stability means a smaller amount of endurance lost when I get hit. A smaller amount of stamina lost, which is good. That's not a bad thing. Alright, I know there's a stinking guy down here. There he is. Well, come on, guy. I remember this part being one of the harder parts for me because there's another big guy. I'll try to deal with him carefully. I'm not even going to bother with Power Within because I don't really intend to ever use any kind of pyromancy in this game. Or any kind of magic or anything. It's going to be strictly melee. So we'll just move along. Can I get... Oh, that's it right there, isn't it? That is it. So we'll just not bother with it. Alright, so here's the tough part. Let's try to make sure we can do this without getting killed. I think the tough part is it doesn't a friend come out to help him or something? Isn't that the idea? Whoa. Oh, he can poison too, huh? Okay. So one thing, when I notice these guys that do Dark Souls playthroughs where they talk, there's two ways to do it. You can either provide the running commentary while you play, or you can play to no commentary and then sort of come back later and do a voiceover commentary. I'm sure the voiceover commentary is probably better because I get distracted, obviously, constantly, lose my train of thought, forget what I was going to say, so on and so forth. And so, anyone that's actually watching this, I apologize for that. Although I know the number one person that's watching this is just me. I'll watch this after I record it, and I'll probably watch it a couple times. And I think this one, at least this particular recording, is going to try, for me, it's going to try to be sort of like the definitive documentation of the fact that I played this game. Oh, I can't get back up there. All right, so how does it work? There's a dart dude right there. I have 2 dung pies. Is that enough to poison myself? No. It didn't do anything. All right. Well, I got another blooming moss clump, not for nothing. So. I made sure to stock up on blooming moss clumps with money that I got. Ooh, see, that looks nice. That set of stuff looks real nice. All right. Now this could be an issue here. These guys. If my Drake sword can't kill those buggers, that could be a real problem. Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe no problem at all. Whoa, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Alright, now I didn't actually put on my ring. Let's put that on. Alright, back. Had to do an emergency turn off of the system because I got a phone call on my phone that I'm recording, that I'm using as a camera to record. It's one of the difficulties of low budget recording technology. So I'm going to load back in right here in Blighttown, and I hope that I don't find myself in a precarious situation. Okay. Seems okay. Let me just make sure I got my ring on. I do. Alright, so basically we're just going to run for the bonfire here. Just going to make a run for it. A mad dash. And the other thing too, another thing I was talking about, how a lot of parts of this game have been spoiled for me. And one of the parts that was spoiled was the location of the bonfire. Like I had read in a, oh, this camera's all jacked up. I have to apologize for the jacked up camera sometimes. I think in the first part of the Blighttown video it was really bad. That was unfortunate. So I knew to like hug the right wall basically because I had read that. Hug the right wall and you'll find the bonfire. Whereas you can imagine a player that had never played before gets to the bottom of Blighttown. It's not really at all clear that you should hug the right wall. I mean, there's a lot of places to go. You can go to the left, you know, and fight a bunch of leeches or something. I mean, you could do, there's a lot of things you could do, and it could turn out bad for you. There's a lot of things. All right, so what am I going to do now? I have to decide basically if I want to, you know, fight Quelag now, if I want to go back up. I have 1 dragon scale, and I was thinking maybe I could actually go up and find a blacksmith and see if I can upgrade the Drake to +1. I don't know if 1 dragon scale is enough. But getting the Drake to +1 could help with the Quelag fight, as well as whatever else. I could also go up and try to get the Estus shard on my way up. So So there's a lot of stuff I could do. And I could go over and get the Chloranthy ring and open up that area. Trying to figure out too if large Titanite shards would help me at this point, because I could farm some of them. I know that my armor needs to be upgraded using large Titanite shards. My weapons do not. But honestly, I don't even know if farming leeches for large Titanite shards is the best way to do it. I mean, the alternative is just to buy them from the merchant and to co-op bosses for the souls that you need, which is my preferred way to do it. I like to co-op bosses for souls because it's fun and you get a lot of souls and it helps other players and all this other stuff. Unfortunately, in this game, it seems like there's not a lot of co-op action. You know, I waited a long, long time to get somebody that needed help on Gaping Dragon. A pretty long time. Wow, it says I was not... So I was human that whole time. Is that possible? I died. I was human that whole time. I didn't get invaded. That really shows you. And look, I just went human and there's no summon signs here at all. I remember reading somebody once poisoned. That took no time to poison me. Somebody once what? What? What just happened? Sign me in. Why did it cancel out my game though? A video that I once watched said that one problem with Dark Souls is just that the game's not going to survive into the future because co-op is such an essential part of the game, and you know what's going to happen when the co-op community, you know, just ceases to exist, which I think is a very good point. Just running around here like an idiot. I think it's a very good point, and what the guy suggested was, he said that the NPCs summons is a great way to allow players to sort of, you know, maintain a little bit of, oh my god, I've been invaded by Maneater Mildred? Alright, well let's go. Let's go up here. This is the place to fight her. That the NPCs are a great way to, you know, get some of that back. And I think that's true. I think it's unfortunate that the game doesn't have more. Wow, you don't have a lot of poise. That was really easy. I think it's unfortunate the game doesn't have more NPC summons. And the NPC summons that they do have is so strange. You know, there's like, some bosses have them, some don't. Some bosses have more than one, some don't have any. And like Qualag, I always thought had the weirdest, it's so weird that there's only one NPC down here, and it's Maneater Mildred. Like, this is one of the Guardians of the Bell. This is like the second, main boss of the game after the gargoyles. And it's like you'd think, I thought there was an item down here. You'd think that there would be like a significant, important NPC down here. And there's not. Like Solaire's not here. It's freaking Maneater Mildred. And who is she? Nobody knows. I'm going to grab that shiny, and then that's going to be it. I'm going to go level up and probably be done for now. When I come back, I'll have to decide if I want to go after what's-her-face now or climb back up. Sigmire's not down here. Not right now. Okay. Am I going the right way at all? Yeah, okay. All right, awesome. So I'm going to level up, decide my next steps, and then I'll be back. All right, we're back. And it's time to try to defeat Quelaag. Quelaag? What? Chaos Witch? I don't know how you say her name. What I'm going to go with, my setup is going to be Wolf Ring, Ring of Favor. I suppose I could go get the Chloranthy Ring right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to hold off on that whole area. I'm going to just do the whole thing later. Got my Elite Knight. I'm going to switch back, I think, to the Grass Crest because it's got pretty good fire versus the Eagle Shield. 70 versus 45, so that's a lot better, I think. Spider also has good fire, and it's 100% physical, so that might even be better. But of course, it doesn't have the stamina regeneration, so it's tough to say. Now, I think I recall sort of the route to take. The best route to take just to get there. Although it was not my intention to get poisoned, but that happened. Maybe there's a better way to do that. So I was reading some, I was watching some guides for handling Quelaag. I was watching some guides. And I guess let's just use my moss. Why mess around with this? I got a bunch of purples. Let's use. Oh yeah, I got 23. Let's use them. Hopefully this will take less than 23 attempts. I think I have a basic understanding of how to do this fight based on my video watching. The basic understanding is when Quelaag shoots all the lava, or sorry, when the spider regurgitates the lava, that's the time to run around the side and attack the body. But until it shoots the lava, you should just basically be on defense and just wait for it to shoot the lava. Now the problem with that, of course, is that it means the fight could take a pretty long time, and if you die, that's a lot of time wasted. And that really will test my patience, because I'm not. I guess I don't mind dying if I haven't spent a lot of time on it. If I spent a lot of time and then I die, I get real frustrated. Like, I was really concerned with Gaping Dragon Well, that didn't. I didn't get a chance really. Whoa! 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 With Gaping Dragon. Whoa. Whoa. All right, all right. Let's regroup. Regroup. This is harder for me than it was when I was watching people do this on the internet. Hit again. Whoa, whoa, get out of the way. All right, back up. Let me get around you, man. Uh-oh. I knew that was going to happen. Well, it's looking like this is going to be my first boss death. Why doesn't she stop doing that? Oh no, I thought I was going to do the other move. All right. This is going to be my first boss death. Can't believe it. Why did he do that? Whoa. Get out! Not my first boss death. Not yet. Not yet, bosses. All right. So Sen's Fortress open for business and the Snake Men. And I remember the Snake Men being... The Snake Men were the point... In my first playthrough, the Snake Men were the point where... I basically stopped being able to use the Claymore. I was saying earlier, in my first ever playthrough, I used the Claymore. And the Snake Men were able to just kind of bounce right off it. Not bounce off it, but it didn't interrupt their actions, is what I'm saying. They had enough poise. So they were able to just come at me and just slaughterize me. And there's nothing that I could do. I see Ceaseless back there. I'm not doing anything here. Well, yeah, I'm not doing anything here. Well, I'll get some levels. So the Snake Men, that was the point in the game when I switched to this Y-hander. That was when I first discovered this Y-hander with Sen's Fortress. Because it would flatten the Snake Men, and that was the only way that I could beat them, was by flattening them. And at that point, basically from that point forward, I became a Y-hander convert. And this time, you know, I'm not going to do that, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. Hopefully I'll be able to beat them with the Drake. If I can't, just run past them. Now, I don't remember. Can I do anything with you? Okay. What about you? Do you sell anything that I want? Modify equipment. You're a blacksmith? No. You ascend the pyromancy for him. Okay. Alright. So there's nothing to do here. So basically my plan at this point is to run back to the bonfire down here and then make my way up. And I'll grab the Estus shard on the way. And then when I get back, I'm going to level up the Drake sword, which I discovered it does only cost one. It does only cost one dragon scale, but it costs 10,000 souls. So I'm going to have to get some souls. 10,000, which I just spent them all, so maybe I'll grind them out at the bridge. I don't know. Somewhere or another, I'm going to upgrade my Drake sword to +1. And then I think instead of going into Sen's, I will go into Darkroot Garden and I'll fight Moonlight Butterfly. So that'll be my next boss, and hopefully that'll be like a nice break after all this before I get to that hard stuff. All right, so I'm just gonna run back from here. No need to watch it. That's the end of Blighttown chapter, and I'll pick it back up later. Darkroot Garden.